Hey y'all, welcome, sprinkle, sprinkle, welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where y'all are. How are y'all today? All right, we're going to be talking about stop spending your time with non generous men. Now, this doesn't mean that they're broke. They could have money and just be stingy with it and not spending it on you. You know what I'm saying? So, waste of time, waste of energy, on to the next. If you're with that man that has money, but he's not spending, use him to meet other men that have money, maybe some of his peers, friends, colleagues, and they might be more generous with their wallets. You know what I mean? So if you have found a dud, that's what I'm calling him, a man with money who's not generous or spending, try to network and meet with his friends, colleagues, co-workers, partners, whoever, because you're wasting your time with that one. He might have just met you so you can meet the next person that is generous. Okay. Sometimes people are just gateways to other people that are more generous. Okay. I've seen it a lot of times. I've seen people show up to a party with one person, end up getting another person's number, and end up marrying or being with that other person because they were more generous and like them a lot better. So, definitely, if you have a roster and you have a man of means on that roster, but he's not spending, use him to meet the next person, okay, that wants to spend. Because usually, when you're out with a man and you look good and their friend, colleague, or peer sees them with you, they may be a little jealous. They're like, oh, she's pretty. I really like her. And where they hang out, the next time you see each other, you're like, oh, well, we were just friends. He's a friend of the family. Just be lying. And get your money, ma'am, because some of these dudes don't ever plan to spend on you. They just want you as arm candy to make them look better. And they don't have a generous mentality. So therefore, just use them for meeting other men that could be more generous. Okay. Y'all always ask me questions about how this man said that they were going to do this and that and never did it, or they're generous, but then they pull back. Well, that's why you network with their friends, honey. That's why you get to know other people in their circle. So you just move around on to the next jolly. They all do that anyway in them TV shows. Okay. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Get it together, ma'am. You said you just started feeling comfortable asking for presents. Wonderful. That means you know your value. I always equate it to a child. A child is not afraid to ask for what they want because they know they deserve it. There's nothing standing in their way saying, I don't deserve this. Have the mentality and the confidence of a child. The world hadn't taken away that child's confidence or sense of self yet. So they're not afraid to ask for what they want. Be the same way. They can always say no, and you can always ask someone else, just like a kid. If you don't say, yes, I'm going to go ask somebody else. Kids are relentless. They don't give up. They just go on to the next and ask somebody else that's going to do it for them or give it to them. Ain't that right? If you don't say yes, I'm going to go ask mommy. If you don't say yes, I'm going to go ask daddy. If you don't say yes, I'm going to go ask grandma. They just keep going. Ain't that right? Until they get what they want. Do the same thing. They know their value. They know they deserve it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. I'm gonna draw these eyebrows on real quick, y'all. Y'all know the deal. Hold on, let me concentrate. Get these little hairs in place. So yeah, stop wasting y'all's time with men that are not generous. They may have money. They may be worth millions, but what's in your wallet? Sound like that Capital One commercial. What's in your wallet, ma'am? What's in your bank account? If they're rich, why are you still struggling? If you're claiming a man with money, why are you still struggling in life? You know what I'm saying? They don't go together. So, not saying that you're struggling, but why do you want for anything if your man's a millionaire? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You should never say, "Oh, I wish I had something that I don't have," if your man is a multimillionaire or you're claiming him as your man. And especially if you're not dating other men, if you want something and you ain't got it and your man has all the means to get it, you're fooling yourself. Okay? You're fooling yourself. So just meet his friends that are more generous and willing to show you how generous they can be. And don't bother with the stingy ones, because those are just the ones that get you in the door to meet the ones that are spending. Okay? And men know this. They know they're not spenders. They're going to use you for your time, energy, and presence until you catch on that they're not getting ready to spend. So use them to meet men that do spend. Okay? Go to all the little galas with them. Go to the bars with them. Go where they hang out. Go meet their friends with more money or just as much. Okay? Thank you, Princess. You went on a date with a restaurant business owner and hinted him that you need money as a college student, and he sadly will have to work. He told me it is great for me. He told me it's great for me to work to cover my expenses, and then anyway he can provide for me. Okay, tell him, say, well, thank you. If you don't have it, just say you ain't got it. Sprinkle. Okay, I know it's tough out there for restaurant owners right now. If you ain't got it, just say you ain't got it. Sprinkle. It is important for you to work to get something, but it also is important for you not to be dating someone old either. If they can't give you anything, what's the point of saying I have an old restaurant entrepreneur man if he can't give you no money? Why are you walking around lacking as a college student, but claiming some restaurant owner? Ma'am, don't ever claim him. It's like, okay, well, I said, okay, thanks for letting me know. Then put him in a friend zone right away. Thanks, friend, for letting me know that. Call him a friend, baby. As soon as they start talking cheap, they go right into the friend zone. But y'all be letting these dudes get away with that crap. As soon as they start talking cheap, if anything cheap come out their mouth, they go right into the friend zone. Right quick. Like, I ain't dealing with you if you ain't a provider, sir. You right in the friend zone. You under free food. Okay? That is free food right for now. He's owner of a restaurant. Free restaurant food. That's what you put him under. He is no longer your date. He is no longer someone you're seeing. He is friend zoned into the food zone. Okay? If these men are stingy, use them to meet other people and get your money. Yes, if he's rich, if he's rich but not generous, just get to know some of his wealthy friends. They will start spending it before long. He will too. Exactly. Because they're going to see your value and he's going to get jealous because he's afraid they're going to take you from him. So he got to start spending. And you compliment the other friends on their good taste, and all that kind of stuff. Not their looks, but like their sense of humor, their good taste. So that man can know, but don't flirt with him, but that man can know that other men actually will spend on you if he don't. Okay. Because they're gonna be like, ooh, are you dating her? Or are y'all just friends? And then if they see you again out and about somewhere else, they're gonna remember you, walk up to you and start spending. If you told them that, oh, that's just my friend or a family friend, they're gonna start spending right away because they want a chance. Is it okay to keep a hot, young friends with benefits if you have a provider, but he's old and ugly? You're 23. Ma'am, if you're 23, as long as you're not rolling around with no dust, if your hot, young friend with benefits has some money or family money, that's fine. But if he's broke, girl, get up. You're never supposed to lay with broke energy, ever. Sprinkle. He got to have some type of money. I'm sorry. I don't even care if he's spending it on you. If you're going to roll around in the bed with somebody, he got to have money. Can't roll around with brokenness. Don't go together. You're going to have a broke pH balance. Sprinkle. Is it okay to keep? Yeah. As long as he ain't broke, man. Sorry. He don't have to be spending as much as the older one, but he got to have some money. Okay? Because your chances of procreating with a broke man, you don't want none of them chances. You don't want no percent. You want 0%. Okay? Of procreating with a broke man. So whoever you roll around or be friends with benefits, I don't even believe in that. But whoever it is, they got to have money. If they don't, you losing. Okay. Say thank you. Been married 12 years with 1 kid. Husband treated you resentful or jealous. I didn't understand why. Putting myself first now. He is scared. Good for you, musing bunnies. Okay, he should be scared because once you figure out you're the prize, it might be too late for him, or he might have to step up and do what he hasn't been doing, which is, doing the most for you. It's Frank, thank you, girl. Because a lot of y'all should have been doing that much sooner in y'all's relationships. Better know your value. Okay. So, yeah, we're not wasting time on non-spending men anymore. Okay. Get in, meet their friends, get out. Get in, get invited to a party, network, and move on. Okay. Because y'all be spending too much time with somebody that ain't finna spend one dime on you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I promise you. Okay. You said friends with benefits is just low self. Yeah, girl. Friends with benefits are for young people that don't know any better. Okay. Unless you have a rich friend with benefits that's spending money on you and then benefits is money and a little something extra, I don't know. That ain't no friend to me. Okay. Friends stay in the friend zone. They don't come out. They don't get no benefits. Okay, you're 24. You told a 38-year-old you need money for a flight for a funeral for my uncle that died, and he died in June. He said, I'll see if I can help block her. Girl, he's too young. He's 38. You're 24. A 38-year-old man still thinks he's 28 in his mind. If he don't have money, he probably don't even have money to pay all his bills this month, ma'am. Especially if he's not rich. Is he rich? Because most of the average 38-year-olds out here are barely making it. Okay. So make sure he got enough money to even do what you ask. And if he does and he's saying no, then yes, file him under whatever he does for you, free food, whatever he can do for you, and then leave it at that. And don't contact him anymore. And when he contacts you, tell him you're trying to figure out how to get some plane ticket money. Okay. If he waits a long time to come back around, charge him a re-entry fee. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What makes him more generous, light or dark feminine? It has to be within him to be generous. Okay. What makes a man more generous is if another man is spending on you and he knows it. What makes a man more generous is that when you know your worth and what you deserve, and you stop dealing with him because he's cheap. And he risks losing you to someone else that will spend. Some men aren't going to spend at all because that's not in their nature. Okay. If you're the woman of their dreams, they might spend. But if you're not the woman of their dreams, they're not going to spend easily. It's going to be like very hard to get them to spend. So, first of all, they're not even serious about you if they're not trying to spend right away to impress you. Second of all, you already know that it's going to be a hard time getting them to spend over and over. So you might as well meet their friends and move along. Okay. A man that likes you a lot will spend. You won't have to try to figure all this stuff out. It's not that complicated. If they're spending, they like you. If they not, they don't. They might like how you look, but they don't care if they keep you or not, because a cheap man don't keep a woman for long. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They already know your time is limited if they're not spending. Especially if you're young. You said broke women game exposed. Your mama game got exposed, sir? Oh my gosh, we're not broke over here. We're collecting money left and right from men. How are we supposed to be broke if we're getting your money and our money? I think men are dumb. Well, these men in here, these dusties in here that have time to get on women's check. I think their IQ is below that, below normal. How we broke if we getting yours and ours? That don't make no sense, sir. Why don't you go come out the closet and go get somebody's man's money too? Since you in here taking notes. Why don't you put on your lip gloss, your highlighter, and go twist down the road. Happy Pride Month, by the way. And get you a man to give you some money too, since you can't figure out and you in here taking notes. Join the team, sir. Ma'am. Yeah. Whoever this dude is, come out the closet, dude. We know you gay. It's okay. You could join in over here. We don't mind. Just take notes and be quiet until you're comfortable in your sexuality. We good. All right. Time to argue with women, but no time to work or earn. That's because he want to be a woman. That's why he's mad at women. Why else would a grown, able-bodied man be in here mad at a woman if he had other stuff to do, like earn money and go be a man? You want to be a woman. Maybe in your next lifetime, sure. Or maybe you could transition. I don't know. I am convinced that any man that's mad at a woman for being a woman just want to be a woman themselves. I'm sorry you were born male. Sorry you don't have all the things that you need to be your best female self. I'm sorry. But there's things you can do. Women are supposed to get money. If you're not getting money as a woman, especially from a man, something wrong with you. You don't know your value. There's no reason a woman should be laying down with a man with a dry purse. Okay. Whoever taught y'all that taught y'all to be broke and stupid. No, we're not doing that no more. You said men are better women than us. Looking for providers, how can you recognize one? When they start providing, when they start spending, when money has been spent. That's how. Provider is a word of action, not just a word. It's a word of action. So when that provides, that's how you recognize one. When your wallet start getting fat, your bank account start getting, that's how you recognize a provider. You can't see them unless you see money coming out their hand into your hand. That's a provider, someone who makes sure you don't have to pay in their presence. And also, if y'all are in a relationship, someone who takes over them bills. That's a provider. That's how you recognize one, when your bill's paid and you don't need nothing. Okay? They don't look a certain way. I mean, they may look like they have some money, but until they are providing, you can't label them. Okay? You said, where should you start? On the rich side of town, where most likely you will find one, where the money is. Go hang out on the rich side of town. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all know it's common sense. All right. Yeah, but don't waste no more time with men that are broke. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. Broke man is the worst type of person to hang out with, because you get their broke energy on you. They all got excuses. They're not finna spend, and you're finna sit there and look stupid. Do you genuinely care to provide for a woman? Wait, do men genuinely care to provide for a woman, or is it all transactional? Each time a man spends on me, they expect something, and it is their nature. That's because they don't like you 10 times more. Sprinkle. When a man likes you 10 times more, They're not going to risk the chance of losing you by expecting something in return. A man that wants to fully invest in you wants to keep you around. So they don't need instant gratification for whatever they spent. It's an investment. It's a long-term investment. So if they do something for you and they say, God, now what you going to do for me? It's like, oh, I'm going to say thank you and brag to all my friends and show them what you got me and say thank you so much. And then we're going to go to dinner and have the best night ever. Okay, because anybody that does instant gratification or men that expect things instantly, they just better be expecting a thank you and a hug. Okay, especially if you just met them. Okay, they don't get nothing in return but a thank you and a one step closer to maybe being in your life long term as a provider. Okay, they're auditioning to be a provider, not auditioning to do tit for tat. Okay. They're auditioning to be your provider. If they don't like you that much, then their audition is over. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, you said block the dusty. You mean the closeted gay man? Let's block him. until he realizes who he is, so he can be who he is. All right. Yes. Oh yeah. You said a lot of broke men expect. I've said this in a whole nother video. Men who work hard for their money, who don't have several streams of income, whose money is precious to them because they're sacrificing buying something for themselves, their kids, if they have kids, or spending it on their bills. They want something in return because they worked hard for it. A man that has several streams of income, that has money coming in left and right, don't need nothing in return because they're getting that money right back. Some of y'all are dating men that work hard for their little $20 or whatever money they're giving you. So they want something back in return because they worked hard for that. If you find a man that has several streams of income and money works for them instead of them working for money, you're not going to run into this problem. That's why I say go to the rich side of town. Broke dusties, men that don't have a lot of money, they expect you to work for the money that they worked for. Okay? So go find somebody that makes easy money. And I'm not talking about illegal money. I'm talking about men that have a brain that knows how to make money in their sleep. Go find them. They're on the rich side of town. Okay. They're out during the day because they're not doing hard labor. They're not clocked in somewhere working hard for the money they finna spend on a girl and ask them for something in return right after. Okay. You need to go find a man where money is not such a big deal. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm sure dating a 70-year-old that wants to see your space at his house. What? Told him I was getting money. Fireworks. I'll stand outside. Don't want to go otherwise. Okay. Oh, this man wants you to see where he live. Told him if we get money, fireworks, I'll stand outside. Don't want to go otherwise. Okay, ma'am. Tell him to send you some pics like all them other men do. Send me some pics of your spot. Send me some pics of your place. Tell him to send you pics first, because if it ain't worth going over there, you don't want to go over there anyway. That's how you get out of it. Send me some pictures of your space. That way you already know. Like, you ain't finna go over there. Like, oh, that's a nice place. Have you ever thought about this? Start trying to correct his decorative, decisions. You ever thought about curtains? Or because all he gonna think you gonna do when you get over there is try to change everything. Then he gonna be like, maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't. You open my eyes. I won't deal with a man who expects something in return. I will identify that man as a dusty from now on. You're 19, new to game. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Like, because think about this. If a man really likes you, he's not going to risk scaring you away by asking for something in return if he knows you're the prize. Especially if he's older. Okay? Now, you got to make sure he's got real money, not no fake money. Real money don't ask for nothing in return right away because they know They got plenty to spend on you. You got plenty of time to win you. And they also may be talking to other chicks at the same time. So there is no rush, especially if they want you in their life. Anyway, there's no rush. Rich men don't try to rush you unless they got to rush home to a wife or rush home to, somebody else. And they're not planning on keeping you around. So the more they rush, the faster they're trying to get rid of you. Just think of it like that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's an insult. When a man tries to rush you in the bed, the faster he's trying to get rid of you. Okay, and the less he's going to spend, because you ain't going to see him no more after that. And if you do, great, wonderful. That can happen sometimes, but it's very rare. So make sure you understand, the faster he trying to get you in the bed, the faster he trying to dismiss you in life. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's why you must be heavily invested in. So then they start to think, well, I spent all this money on this woman. I might as well stick around after. See? And by the time that they've spent money and time with you, they might actually do want to keep you around a little longer. I'm like, well, let me just go ahead because I like her. She's interesting. She's funny. Let me go ahead and keep her around. I spent enough money on her. Shoot, why not? I might start all over with somebody else, as they think. So make them spend, ladies. They're not spending. Talk to their friends that might start spending on you. Okay, network. Meet their friends with money that's going to spend. If they're not. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Some of y'all be like hanging around a man who ain't ever finna spend. And then y'all mad at him. Be mad at yourself. You should have met his friends that like to spend money. Okay. Thank you, Rye. Okay. Hi, sure. You're 24. You have a guy friend who's 26. Or you have a guy who's 26 who gives you money for dance classes, braces, LASIK. He says he is a slave to me. Does it matter? Does it mean he like me times 10? It means he like you a lot. Yeah. You might like the times 10. Keep getting the money. Keep collecting, man. You're on the right track. He might be young. I don't know what he do for a living. Hopefully it's legal, or maybe he got family money. But keep getting it. That's good. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get money. If he's not spending, don't spend time with him. Women usually have to compromise what they want to do anyway when they spend time with the man. So if you're not getting anything out of it, why are you even excited? They don't want to even do the fun stuff that most women want to do. They want to do boring stuff, and then when you drag them along to do something, they act like they don't want to be there. So find someone who's happy to be there and happy to spend. That's the best combination. Someone who's happy to be there and happy to spend. That's how you know, girl, they like you. They happy to be there and happy to be spending. Okay, you're a 51-year-old man on vacation, CEO of Oil Biz. You're 27. We stayed in contact. He wants to come visit you. You are unsure about the age gap. How to avoid wasting time. Girl, that's young. 51 and a man is young. And you're 27. You're almost 30, and he's 50. That's only a 20-year age gap. That means he got enough money to pay your bills, his bill, and take you shopping and buy you a car and maybe a nice house somewhere. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's the right age. You good. Anything younger than that, I wouldn't even be dealing with if I was 27. Okay? Mature enough to know what he wants. Rich enough, hopefully. Well, you said he's rich. Rich enough to spend on you. You young enough to look good on his arm to make him feel young again. Perfect combination. I don't want nobody younger than that. If I'm close to 30, you better be in your 50s. You know what I'm saying? Someone says midlife crisis. Yep. I don't want nobody in their 20s, in my 20s. If I'm in my 20s and you in your 20s, not a match. I'm in my 30s and you ain't in your 50s, not a match. If I'm in my 40s and you ain't in your 60s, not a match. So I need you to be 20 years older than me so you can give me that money with no excuse. You had 20 years to get your money up before I was even born. You can't give it to me. We don't need to be together. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're 20. What age should you go for? Any age that can pay your bills. Pay them bills, baby. Any age that's old enough to pay the bills that you need to be paid and give you some extra money. If that's what you want. Because some of y'all just want to date for fun and looks. If you're out here dating for lifestyle, then they need to be able to provide that lifestyle. You know what I mean? Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what I always tell guys. Like, if you old, you had 20 years to get your money together. Okay? Don't come in and telling me you ain't finna spend if you old. Okay. Man from your past came back and he's spending, taking care of your bills, has a rocky relationship with his baby mama, and they live together. Best advice on how I should act to keep him hooked. Okay, he already hooked if he ain't forgot about you, man. You've been hooked. You're unforgettable. He came back and he's spending. There ain't nothing you need to do except not be his baby mama. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There you go. Y'all be trying to do too much. And I keep telling y'all, stop trying to do too much. Yeah, he came back without you doing a thing. Why you got to start? You ain't her. That's why he back. He like you. That's why he back. He's spending on you. You good. Stop trying to look for something to do. Go in the mirror and fix yourself if you need something to do. Go start a business if you need something to do. Stop trying to do something for him. There ain't nothing you need to do except stay busy and know your worth. All right. Y'all always trying to do too much. That's why. Think about this. Do you don't think his baby mama is over there doing too much? Nah, I can't help what men gonna do with their life and who they choose to be with. But don't you think his baby mama over there probably doing way too much? Which is why he's looking for you. Exactly. Stop putting in work when nobody asked you to. All right. Now I gotta put this mascara on. Wouldn't I be concerned if I wanted a child and they too old? Girl, men don't stop producing sperm till they 70 or in their 70s. Men didn't you see men can have kids until they old. Their sperm still be working. Women have a biological clock that is more on a time schedule than a man does. A man can have kids all up into his 70s. Okay. They can. Didn't Robert De Niro just have a kid? Al Pacino is 85, got a 2-year-old. Exactly. Now, if you want an active father to run outside in the park and play with that kid, make sure he's Caucasian. Sprinkle. Sprinkle. Thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? All right. All right. You said your dad's father was 86 when he had my dad? Oh my gosh. See? They can produce kids. You're 33. Boyfriend is 57. He pays for everything and gets you what I want. However, I haven't asked for cash yet. How can I, in a cute way? Thank you. When y'all are in the car together and you see a bank or an ATM, tell them to pull over. It's like, baby, hey, babe, can you pull over there? Yeah, to the ATM. Do you mind getting some cash out? I need some cash. That's simple. What he gonna do? Say no. They say it's always good to have cash on you for an emergency. Just do it like that, man. Very nonchalant. Like it ain't no big deal. Y'all be acting like asking for cash is a big deal. It ain't. Just tell them to pull on over to the ATM. Like it ain't no big deal. Like y'all finna order drive-through. Y'all be making it a big deal. That's why it seemed like a big deal. But it ain't no big deal over here. It's like going to the drive-through. You afraid to ask to go through the drive-through? Then that ATM is a drive-through. Go to that drive-through. Y'all be going through the drive-through with Dusty. Go through the drive-through ATM with a man with money. Tell him to get you some cash. You don't like walking around with no cash. You don't feel safe. You need a little extra. What if you got to tip somebody? And you don't want to break your 100? I don't know. Get you some money. Tell them you feel safer with cash in your pockets. Okay. Y'all be treating stuff like it's a big deal. It ain't no big deal to ask no man for cash that's already paying your bill. Or play slick. Be like, you know what? I think we're moving to a cashless society. Isn't it sad? Man, I always used to love the feel of cash in my hand. We should just go get some at the ATM. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Now, really need to start acting nonchalant when it comes to asking for stuff. Okay. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all better get this money instead of being scared to get it. Anyway. Never be scared to ask a grown, able-bodied man in your presence that like you for anything. Because if they say no, then you see how much they really like you. Because the lies you will be able to see through all the lies when they tell you no. All the love bombing that they try to do is gonna just act like it never happened if he tells you no when you ask him for something. Especially if it's to help you or to get you out of a bind or something. That means sitting over there talking about, I love you, you're gonna be my future wife, da, 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 and then you ask them for something barely, expensive, and they tell you no, they've been lying the whole time. Because if you was his true love, the one he gonna marry and look all the love bombing he did, he would have no problem giving you what you needed. Okay. You'd be like, okay, I see you was just love bombing and lying since you don't care about my well-being, because I thought you said I was supposed to be your future wife and I was the one and you love me and all this kind of stuff you'll do. Blah, 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 blah. But if you need some new tires, you can't help me. So what am I supposed to see in you? Who am I supposed to ask? The next man? So I'm supposed to be with you and ask the other one? That's how you know they're not serious. Thank you, Australia. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So if a man lets you struggle, he don't like you anyway. If a man lets you stay in a bind and he has the means to get you out, he don't like you. He's not the one, and he's not husband material at all. All his love bombing has just went straight down the toilet. Okay? That's how you know when he says no on something simple and something that he should be trying to do if he is who he says he is. Okay. If he says that, oh, I'm going to be with you a while. I really like you. You're the future wife. You know, I could see myself falling for someone like you. You're so beautiful. You're the one, you know, all that love bombing stuff. But you need some new tires, but he can't do it. But you the one? You the one? Aunt Ethel, you know, took a turn for the worse, and now you need a little change in your purse, and he can't do it for you, but you the one. See how it's not making sense? You're the one until you start requiring him to be a man. Okay. Then when that reality sets in, then he starts backtracking. Well, you're not who I thought you were. Or I didn't expect you to ask me for anything. Okay, well then how am I supposed to be the one? You mean whoever you end up with is going to have to go ask another man for what they need? Oh no, they're going to have to get it themselves or ask another man. Because you know they got options, right? They can do it themselves or they can go get it from another man. But if you're allowing that option to present itself every time she needs something, eventually she's going to be asking another man. So do you really want that type of relationship? No, then you better have what she needs and be a provider and stop acting stupid. Right? These men don't get it. They will when they see them with another man getting what they want. They'll get it then when it's too late. Thank you, Australia. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. All right. And don't be wasting time with these broke dudes and these love bombing dudes that never intend to spend on you. Get it out the way. Find out if they're a spender and a provider first. Get it out the way. Because the longer you spend with a non-spending provider, the stupider you're going to look. You should ask right away for something you need. If they're sitting over there, especially if they're sitting over there love bombing you, test it. Oh, you love me? You see us getting married? Or do you see yourself paying my bills right now? Wonderful. You see yourself taking me shopping? Wonderful. You see yourself giving me your card? Great. Wonderful. We're on the same page then. Okay. And then when he actually give you the money, take you shopping and give you the card, then you could believe him. He said we're going to go on a date. Been 3 weeks, no date. Okay, well, words ain't actions, baby. Stop believing him. Maybe he in jail. Did you meet him online? Some of them dudes in jail be having cell phones. Hopefully he's not. Maybe he thought he was getting out in 3 weeks, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm just joking, y'all. I don't know where you met that man at. But 3 weeks, no date? I don't even know why you still talking to him. You on the phone playing phone tag with somebody for 3 weeks? Hope he's sending you money. Okay. Hope he is. I don't know if I want to put lashes on today. Yeah. Yeah, he ain't. Maybe he's trying to save up, ma'am. If you're taking 3 weeks to save up for a date, do you really need to date him? Maybe he's married. Who knows? But I'm not sitting over there waiting 3 weeks on no date. I'm gonna be dating other people at the same time. How do you stop being the girl they fantasize about and start being the girl they invest in? By looking like the girl they invest in, not the girl they fantasize about. It's two different things. So, for example, men are going to look at women, this type of woman and that type of woman. You can't stop them. One they fantasize about, one they see as the mother of their children and their future wife. They're not going to be the same. You see, they may be the same type, but they're not going to be the same person, or they're not going to be the same, level. So, for example, you can have twins. One could be trashy, one can be classy. He's going to fantasize about the trashy one and marry the classy one. Okay? Think about it. You're a student. You're my student. Okay, you're super attracted to your colleague physically. You're tight, but not financially. He's into me. How do I stop falling for it? You're losing focus. Hang around somebody with some money. All right. Okay, if you're going to fall for looks, wonderful, great. You're young. That's what young people do. Don't get pregnant and don't roll around in the mattress with them. Get around some rich people too. Okay. That way you got options. Because if y'all are going to keep falling for looks, I mean, y'all aren't ready for this information. Okay. Don't ask me a question. How do you stop falling for look? Go hang around some rich people. Okay, he's not financially able to do anything for you. So how is he even attracted to you? I can't even be attracted to someone who can't do nothing for me. You understand? It looks like a child. Like, okay, you're in a financial situation as a child. You can't do anything for me. I don't see you as a man. You can't provide or protect. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're paid to, then that's a bodyguard. You understand? I can't be attracted to nothing broke. It don't go together to me. Like, in my mind, brokenness is unattractive. It just is. I can't do it. It's like, it's just nasty. Okay. If you're going to lay down with a man, he cannot be broke. It just can't be. You always attract low effort, emotional, unavailable. That's because that's what you are. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How do you look? How do you look in the morning? Do you get up and wake up and make up? Do you hang out in places where men have to put in a lot of effort into themselves, into their career? Do you hang out on the rich side of town? You got to go hang out where people put in effort on everything they do. And most of the time, that's rich people. Okay. Rich people and poor people have a different mentality. Go hang out where the mentality is high effort, period. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get out of the dust. Get out of the average. Go find above average financially. They put in more effort naturally because that's what they're used to. That's all they know. That's why they have money. Okay. They got most men with money put in work everywhere they go. They're how they look, how they're put together, the type of woman they want. And if they can't put in work, they'll put in money to compensate for it. Okay? That's all you need to know. Okay, I need some lipstick. You said, how can we be the one they marry and fantasize about? By being able to be classy. You know how they say a lady in the streets and a freak in the bed? Like that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Divine Miss Dior. I appreciate you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, have you some costumes and wigs at the house and be demure and ladylike and when you leave the house. That's how. All right. And that way, they know you could be both if you want to. Mm-hmm. How to get married if most rich old men don't want to get married. Act like you don't want marriage either. Men always want what they can't have. Okay. Your boyfriend been paying your bills and spoiling me for almost 2 years. His birthday is next week. You're going to bake a cake and cook him dinner. Any other suggestions and tips? That sounds okay, but it sounds like a lot of effort and energy. If it's cheaper than taking them out to eat, I guess. I ain't finna do all of that though. Think about this. If you always cook for him, it don't matter anyway. I don't know. I don't believe in cooking for no man unless you got a ring on your finger and he's paying all the bills and it's optional whether you cook or not. So don't ever ask me that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Missed your super chat. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. I thought I saw all the super chats. What the heck? Sometimes they don't show themselves. Okay. Don't see it. Didn't come through. For some weird reason. Unless it's all the way at the beginning. I don't see it. All right. Hi, Shira. What's the best way to tell a man you have scoliosis? What? Just don't tell him. Sprinkle. How he gonna know unless he in the doctor's office with you? Most men won't even realize it. Just say your heel is bothering you. Why do y'all want to go tell these people this? Nobody needs to know. Nobody even care. How he gonna know anyway? If he can't tell, then why you need to tell him? Y'all dumb. Why do you think most women deal with non-generous men to begin with? Is it fear or older I get, the more I think of struggling terrorize me? I think men who have money that don't spend money is a prop. Just like a woman who looks good but ain't gonna roll around on the mattress with you is a prop. But the man needs to invest in the woman. So if he's not willing to invest in the woman, then she's just a prop and he's just a networking tool to meet other men with money. You see? So just think of yourself as a prop if he's not spending, because you're not getting ready to do nothing with him. Sprinkle, you're a prop. Okay? You're a prop. You know how some people they want to fake it till they make it? That's it. That's him. Because he ain't finna get nothing if he ain't spending. He's a prop. You're a prop. He's a prop. But at least you can network off of him. And he's going to ask you to bring around your friends. Oh, I want to meet some of your friends. I don't have no friends. How about I'll meet your friends? See, rich men that don't want to spend or think you're pretty and think you have young, pretty friends. Oh, I want to meet your friends. You ain't meeting nobody. I ain't got no friends. You want to meet my friends? Okay. Center point, Reliant. Good. Capital One, American Express. They're gonna be our friends. You want to meet them? Okay. That's it. Trying to meet anybody else? No. What do you think about guy wanting to have a third baby but no marriage yet, asking for a friend? A third baby with no marriage. You don't need to get married because y'all keep having babies. What's the point? Is he even on child support? If a man cannot get married and not be on child support and still have babies, why wouldn't he? Because the woman is dumb. That's how. Woman is dumb. She ain't, unless she's richer than him, then she just might be using him for his sperm. Who knows? Now, there's some cases out here where these women are just using y'all for sperm to make y'all babies, and then they're going to drop y'all later on anyway. After them babies old. I need to know my bye. Thank you, Princess. You said I missed the super chat. Hold on. What do you think about a guy wanting to I already answered that. Why do you think most okay, I already answered that. Best way to tell a man. Okay, I already answered that. Thank you, Allison. There's nothing showing up on that super chat, but thank you, ma'am. Sprinkle. Okay, how to show a man your wife material, act and dress classy. I'm getting a high education. I'm very smart. Okay, you're too young to even think about marriage. Sprinkle. You're 19. By the time you're 25, 23, 24, 25, then you might start presenting as marriage material, but you're too young to be married now. 19? No. Go have fun. Live your life. Don't roll around with no dust, though. Okay? You heard grown men telling their friends that they keep certain girls around because they want to maintain access to their friends without hassle. Even married men have said this. That's true. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do not introduce no men to no friends. You, if as far as you're concerned, you ain't got no friends. Okay, they never need to meet your friend. They could meet your gay cousin. That way you can test to see if he's in the closet, and that's about it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Introduce him to your gay cousin. This my friend. See what he do. That's all you getting to meet. And he go clock you. He said how to deal with a mama's boy and get his mama to do all the dirty work. Okay. Well, you want to go spend time by yourself? Send him to his mama house. Why don't you go spend some time with your mama? She ain't got long. Why don't you ask your mama to do some meal prep? You know, you love her cooking. Then you can have all her leftovers all for the whole week and I ain't got to do nothing. Use his mom to make your load easier. What the heck you doing? Your boyfriend hinted he's considering getting a second car for him. He recently helped you buy a car. How do I redirect that second car money to me? You're not going to redirect the second car money to you. What you can do is get some money too while he buys his car. Tell him, okay, well, you know, I've been wanting to do this and that. So give me some money too. So when you get your car, I can be busy doing this. So maybe you can get some money to start a business. So when he's driving his second car, trying to pick up more women, he could leave you alone. I mean, you could leave him alone because you got your business. Sprinkle, sprinkle. No, I don't mean to sound cynical, but you know, why would a man need a second car if it's not to earn more money? This is to attract more attention. Then tell him, you know what? Since you're going to be driving around in a new car and all this kind of stuff, and you're going to be busy, I need something to keep me busy too. Tell him that, and he'll give you some money to shut you up. Leave him alone. Okay, I got to go in like 2 minutes, but I definitely feel like y'all are getting it now. Y'all aren't wasting your time or spending your time with non-generous men anymore. And I really hope that you network with their friends if you are. If they're not generous, but they're rich, only keep them around long enough to meet somebody more generous in their circle. Okay? Put them in the friend zone when you see that they're not spending, but still you can spend time with them to meet other people that are generous. Should you tell your future husband you was divorced twice? He was arranged. If he don't ask, why you telling? The other just religious, no proof. Okay, if you ain't got no proof, why you gonna tell? Ain't got no paper trail, don't tell. Y'all want to tell everything. Why? Why are you an open book when nobody wants to read you? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Why would you tell him that? He don't even care or needs to know. He just probably happy to be married to somebody. All right. You're 23, been you're a student for 2 years, but getting tired and drained from the game. Want to be a lover girl now. Wish me luck, ladies. Ha! You'll be back. Sprinkle, sprinkle. See you in about 1 more year after the dust drain you. You think you're getting drained now? You're gonna be super drained by dust. How many people have told me this and come right back? Go have fun though, ma'am. If you're young, go have fun. But don't get pregnant by no dust. All right? When you come back and you're ready to get this money, we'll still be here. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you think locks are masculine? I love them, but not being approached. Thanks for all your wisdom. And okay. I guess it just depends on how you look, how much makeup you wear, what you wear as well. Like if you're a very hyper feminine woman and people can tell that you're straight, they may not be masculine at all. But sometimes people get confused and think you're a lesbian. Okay, so you have to be ultra feminine if you're going to do locks. That's just my opinion. Because every time I see women out, when they're not ultra feminine, because there's days where I don't look ultra feminine, but imagine if, if you have a certain hairstyle that a lot of lesbians have, people may confuse you. So if you're gonna wear them, you gotta be ultra feminine. You ask this man for money and he tells me he'll help after his vacation and proceeds to take you to Dave and Bust. Girl, goodbye. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, block. Block, delete. Don't even save him under block. Don't even save him under anything. Block and delete. Dave and Buster's, girl. Ooh, child. Somebody ever took me to Dave and Buster's as a date, I wouldn't even remember their name or save their number. And I would be wearing sunglasses to be in disguise so nobody would see me. And I would probably try to leave early and just be sad and mad at myself. Okay. That's terrible. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. Now, if you're a couple and your man takes you to Dave and Buster's to eat and have fun and play pool or whatever, that's not the same thing as somebody trying to impress you. Unless y'all are in high school or a freshman in college, I don't know. Not no grown, able-bodied man with a career and a pension and a 401. I don't know. That don't sound right. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. Now, I'm going to see y'all later. Make sure y'all aren't spending no time with no broke or non-generous men. Make sure you're using your time to get this money, get your money, get his money, meet his friends with more money, and keep it moving, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'll see y'all soon. Thank y'all, everybody who donated. And also, if y'all want to ask me a question in private, I do have a Patreon. If you join tier 2 and up, you can definitely message me. I'm going to link it here. It's also linked in the description bar. And also all my other links, all my books, my social medias, everything is linked in there. So if y'all check it out, definitely, send me a message on my Patreon and I'll definitely message you back within a day or two. I actually have to write a lot of letters because a lot of y'all have joined the mail out tier. And I already made the special announcement on the Patreon. So if you're a part of the Patreon, check out, the latest posts and things like that. And let me know what you think. Also, thank you, Miss Destiny. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah. Some of these super chats aren't showing. Hold on, let me read. Your uncle is a millionaire. You want to try to be added to his inheritance. You're 33. What are some ideas you can give me to plant the seed? Whatever his business was or is, show interest in it and act like you want to learn about it. And maybe he'll put you in the inheritance if he thinks you're going to be interested in taking over his business, or just ask him about things that no one asks or cares about. Like, I want to know about the family more. I want to know about your life more. What did you do? You got to get closer to him, especially like asking about stuff no one cares about. Because if he thinks, oh, well, I have something in common with this person and they truly care about, what I've done, what I've accomplished and all this kind of stuff, I might as well leave them something since they care about my legacy. Okay, so start focusing on the legacy, start focusing on what they did, start propping them up and like talking to other family members about it. Did you know that Uncle such and such did A, B, C, and D? Like not anything related to money, but maybe earlier on in his life that led him to the money, unless he was just born into the money. But definitely make sure that you hype him up, girl, while he's still alive. Okay. Invite him to family functions. Stop by just to say hi. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how you get in, baby. I was just coming to check on you. How are you doing? Introduce him to friends and stuff. Like, I just wanted you to meet my buddy, my friend. All right. That's how you get into the inheritance, darling. Uh-huh. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to go. Thank y'all, everybody. I'll see y'all very soon. And also remember, stay dust free. Don't move backwards in life. And, get up, wake up, and make up, look your best, and attract better. All right. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye.